everybody, T4 here with another rant, and my god, I'm fucking pissed off about this. This is my rant on people that don't care about what kind of food they're eating, specifically being contaminated foods. And one example of this are donuts. You're probably thinking, oh okay T4, what's wrong with donuts? Well, let me ask you this then. Would you eat a donut that had gnats and flies in it? Apparently so. I went to the gas station near my school, and I walked there, and I looked at the donut aisle. And over there were a bunch of gnats and flies, alive, consuming these donuts. And I was just another shock. And I noticed this little girl actually trying to get the donut, one of the donuts, like a croissant or whatever. I warned her father about it, to which he took into account. Minutes later, I noticed the same family at the cash register. And guess what the little girl is holding? The same bag that has the same donuts that had gnats and flies on it. 2 days later, I went back to the same store, because again, I had school that day, and I went to the same donut aisle. Same problem, gnats and flies. I then asked one of the employees, I need to speak to your manager. This is ridiculous. And finally, after 3 minutes, I talked to them. And you want to know what their excuse is? Oh, we use this sugar chemical to attract all these bugs and flies, so that way they won't get to the donuts. Apparently that doesn't work. And the reason why there's so many gnats and flies coming in is because so many people are opening the doors. That actually gives more flies and gnats opportunities to go after foods, which is, in this case, donuts. Now, the whole bug, gnats eating donuts, for example, isn't what bothers me. What bothers me the most is that apparently people don't care. Like, supposedly, if people see, say, a McDonald's Big Mac that's just been sitting on the floor for about, a good hour or two, that's the same sort of connection to it. If supposedly people can eat a donut that had gnats and flies on it, probably containing millions of bacteria in it, then pretty much the same type of people can eat a Big Mac that's been sitting on the floor for a very long while. Similar comparison. I'm sorry, this fucking bothers me because apparently as of this recording, this little girl is probably sick, from the bacteria that she accidentally consumed. And she probably didn't know any better. I didn't tell her this. I just told the father. But the sad part about it is, regardless of my warning, they didn't listen. Well, technically the father didn't listen shit what I said to him. And now that little girl is probably sick. It bothers me that people actually make these choices, like what's in the food, they'll eat it. Like, who the fuck eats candy that's been sitting on the floor, for example? Or what fucking store sells food products that's probably have been contaminated by bugs or other sorts of chemicals on it? What kind of society am I living in which this type of standard is completely acceptable? It just bewilders my mind. And while I'm on the subject of donuts, a lot of people have been wanting me to rant about the Amy's Baking Company. I know, completely irrelevant to the other rant that I was just talking about, but let me address a disclaimer here. If any of you don't give a shit if I'm talking about a restaurant that is supposedly irrelevant now, then don't fucking watch this part. And go fucking watch something else. Because in that case, by your logic, you'll already be wasting your time anyway, probably posting a YouTube comment, claiming, Amy's Baking Company is so irrelevant. Then why the fuck are you watching it? It's for people that fucking requested it in the first place. So don't fucking watch it. But for people that have requested me to watch this video, or have never heard of Amy's Baking Company, I'm going to try to summarize it as best as I can. Alright, there's these two owners that own the Amy's Baking Company. They are some of the most incompetent and the most childish owners of a restaurant ever. They don't allow tips for their employees and waitresses. They are very rude and disrespectful towards their customers, and they are also very childish in criticism, and they consider these criticisms as cyber attacks. Yeah, they're comparing criticism to cyberbullying. The hilarity of it all. And even Gordon Ramsay, who actually did an episode of it, he couldn't even help them because of how incompetent and how childish they were acting. He just, at this point, refused to work with them because there are no words for these people at all. All I know is that one of them is about to face deportation, or probably has by the time of the recording of this video, and this other woman is, I have no idea, just being all childish and whatever. But, well, and I'm sorry if this is not unscripted. I'm sorry if this is, not scripted or whatever, but I just wanted to address this, because I tried to type it out in script format, and it just didn't do it for me. I just felt like I would just articulate my thoughts, through this recording the best that I could, implement it. Because if I try to make it scripted or whatever, it may seem professional, but it doesn't really articulate my emotional thoughts on it. But the next video I'm going to do is going to be scripted. Don't worry. I just want to get that off my chest, and plus, it's been 3 months since I made a video. I highly apologize in advance. I just want to address that. That's all. This is T4 saying have a nice day, everybody. Now, if you may go, excuse me, I'm going to go actually buy a donut that's not been contaminated by a shitload of bugs.